The mystery of Akhenaten. Was he an alien? Ancient Egyptian pharaoh of about 1353 BC. Akhenaten, or Amennophis or Amenhotep IV, was born 1353 BC, and many scholars consider him a possible alien hybrid because of his strange appearance, which made him unacceptable to Pharaoh Amenhotep's third father. In fact, during the reign of his father, he is never represented with the other members of the royal family. One version wants him to be the fruit of adultery, of a unique meeting of the mother of Queen Tiyu with the creator god Ra. With the untimely death of his older brother and thanks to his mother's favor, Akhenaten was appointed successor. As soon as the young pharaoh ascended the throne, he put forward an ambitious and carefully organized, as it is revealed, reform plan. He suggested the worship of one god, the only creator god Aten, as a monotheistic religion, degrading the other gods, wanting to banish the darkness of exploitation, oppression, and idolatry from his lands. In other words, he was monotheistic. Kindly support my Patreon account since YouTube has again demonetized my YouTube channel. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below. Within 6 years, he moved with his wife Nefertiti to the newly created capital of Akhenaten, which means horizon of Aten, the horizon of God, the creator, which he founded in Central Egypt in glory of the solar disk of Ra. There, the sculptors and painters of the royal family, for the first and only time in the history of Egypt, are ordered to depict faces as they are really, and not idealizing them, forcing all its subjects to see him as he is. A sick creature, ugliness, says the German Egyptologist Walter Wolff, but for Akhenaten himself it is not so. His strange, disgusting appearance was a sign of the god. He was the demigod son of the only and one god. Perhaps this is why his upbringing was entrusted to the priesthood of Ra in Heliopolis, and not to the priesthood of Ammon, the traditional patron saint of the royal house. It's said that Tiwi, in the little prince's complaints about his strange appearance, replied by consoling him that this was a divine sign and that he was something special. And shortly after the 9th year of his reign, Akhenaten closed the temples of the other gods, launching fierce persecutions against the priests of Ammon and ordering the removal of the word gods from all monuments in the country. Unfortunately, he did not live long enough for his religious revolution to take root. He died in the 17th year of his reign in 1335 BC, heartbroken by the death of his mother, wife, and valuable ally of Nefertiti, and one of his 6 daughters. That which he had so stubbornly created was destroyed the very next day. Its capital was abandoned, its buildings demolished, and its name deleted from official state records. His body was not required for special burial. He was placed anonymously in the grave of his mother, Tiyi. His successors abolished all the innovations of their predecessors, and every inscription with the names Aten and Akhenaten was erased. Everything returned to normal, and Akhenaten was as if he had never lived. The last depiction of the family of Amarna and Akhenaten is preserved in the tomb of Mercy II, and dates from the 12th year of his reign. In this, we'll see something very strange. The man who ascended the throne of Egypt in 1353 BC, he had a strange appearance. His skull was very far back, his face was long and narrow, his lips were thick with protruding teeth, his eyes were long and almond-shaped, his nose was long, his cheeks were sucked, his jaw was long, and that even his neck, his ears large, his breasts inflated, his belly drooping, his fingers long and narrow, his buttocks and thighs thick, and his calves thick as bulbs. As for his body, the doctors who studied the statues and reliefs report that he suffered from a genetic abnormality and talk about various genetic syndromes. Some talk about Marfan syndrome, some about Froelich syndrome, others about Klinefelter syndrome, and still others about aromatase excess syndrome, but without solving the mystery even half of all its features in each case. Features such as craniosynostosis and elongated and almond-shaped eyes that, as you will notice, can be seen in the depictions of Akhenaten's daughters, but also in his young son Tutankhamun. Is it DNA with extraterrestrial impurities or just genetic deformations that were passed down from generation to generation? As for Akhenaten, was he merely a visionary of monotheism or an opponent of his real father's celestial colonists who presented themselves as mortals? They presented themselves to mortals as true gods. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support.